So this is a true story. So when I was on rotation in Poland in 2018, because you guys know, I am in the army, proudly serving my country, doing what I can when I can, and whatever they tell me to do. But when I was on rotation in Poland, one thing had actually happened. We were finishing up out of the box. If anybody knows what the box is when you go into this field site, and it's a big field site. It's meant for like a brigade size element. I digress. Anyway, we were wrapping up the field. You have to stay in these like janky barracks and all that stuff at the end. And these two soldiers, we had a troublemaker and we had a guy who had a drinking problem. Well, the troublemaker decided he wanted to smuggle some alcohol into the barracks that we had, which you couldn't leave that area. So somehow he had managed to leave the cantonment area and go get some alcohol from the shop at, and they were just passing it around in the barracks and all that stuff. Anyway, the one with the drinking problem, they got in a fight, and you know, we tried to handle it. We did, like, but there's only so much like a couple of E5s can do. So we went and we got our E7. You know, he didn't really do nothing. And it just got so bad, like, because this guy was punching everybody out. The point is that we had to go get our first arm. We tried everything in our power to stop it from getting to her, but we couldn't stop him. You know, he was he was on a warpath when he had just alcohol in him and stuff, and nobody could calm him down except for first arm. So we had to go wake her up. It was like 1 in the morning. You know, she had like everybody get out the barracks. You know how first arms do. So we're standing outside. We're ordered to not look back because these guys are arguing with each other behind the formation while they're drunk. And our first sergeant is trying to, you know, do crowd control, and she's like, you know, hey, NCOs, I need y'all to step out in front of this formation, take charge of it. You know, nobody wants to do it. So I get up there, and then you just hear, all of a sudden you hear, and then that sound, you know, when a body drops on the ground. And yeah, so, and then we heard, which means somebody got laid the f out, man. But anyway, so immediately, like, everybody turns around and like they want to hear or see what just happened, because we heard a thud, we heard the punch, and they want to turn around. But our first armor is like, where are my NCOs? And I was standing right there, and I was just looking at her while she was yelling. And it got me thinking, you know, where are my NCOs? I know that was a really long aside, but I just wanted to tell that story. Anyway, so it got me thinking, where are my NCOs? And why do creatives love to attack fans? Like, why pick on the people who have the money? You're not gonna get money if you attack the fans who are trying to pay for the stuff. People want to spend their money. They would rather spend their money on people who take care of them. This is why simp culture is so big, because people believe that the woman on the other side actually cares about them. You know, this is a basic principle, you know, like that the women of 1 BC had figured out. You know, give them sticks and they will show you something. You know, you want to see something, give her a rock, whatever. You know, so why? I just want to know, why do these creative types, why do they mistreat their fan base? It doesn't add up to me. It's like, and it's been recently, like this is like a more recent phenomenon. It used to be back in the like 80s. You went off on some fans or whatever, and you were just done. Like Hollywood would just hide you, you know, somewhere, and then you'd make your big comeback on like some kind of daytime talk show or whatever, or you went to rehab and you came back clean, and then some big shot in Hollywood would give you your big comeback role. Nowadays, it seems like ever since 2016, like, you know, hey, if you are in a movie or any kind of creative production role, just go ahead and crap on your fans. Just take a huge dump on them. Like, nobody cares, you know. And if your movie doesn't sell, like nobody goes to see it, just pretend that there's this fictional boogeyman of people who are out there trying to sabotage your film success, even though you were the one that actually taunted people first. But I think the most notable case of this was when nobody wanted to see Ghostbusters, and so like they created this fictional boogeyman of people like hating women. And I'm like, okay, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's this secret, right? And it's passed down from this ancient Chinese master. He told me one day in his astral form, he said, men love women. I know, it's shocking. There aren't very many men that hate women. There's a lot of men who love women, so much so that they play as them on video games. They also pay them, you know, large amounts of money to look at a camera on Twitch. This is how I know. This is based on science. Like I was saying, it used to be when an actor or something or someone went nuts, you know, someone came out of nowhere and they were like, yeah, sorry man, he's been under a lot of stress. And like I said, they just go to rehab and never to be heard from again. And now it's like Hollywood just kind of revels in it, you know? It's like they just can't wait to stick it to the fans. Like you can't wait. Like they're just foaming. They're like, you know, remember that movie Little Giants? And you had that the kid Spike, who was like this really big, like he was already muscular and everything. He was only supposed to be 13, but he looked like he was 18, still playing like Little League. But like, you know, they had him like on chains and stuff. He was like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." Like he was scaring these little kids and all that stuff, just so he could just like tackle them. Like that was all he lived for, was torturing little kids. And that's how I feel like that's how these Hollywood types are, or these creative types at Marvel, whatever, you know, DC. They're just waiting. Like they're at the Coliseum. It's me and you and some other guy, you know, with a spear that's broken. So he's pretty much got like the pointed end in one hand and a broken stick in the other, and we're just kind of like, man, all right, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna release the tigers? Are they gonna release the lions this time? And maybe even a bear? I don't know. And I pedal Hollywood type, just running at top speed, you know. That's why you suck and you hate women, because you don't want to watch my movie that has a bunch of messaging in it that you don't even care about. Look, man, look here. Look, I will fix your movie for you. Just put the woman in. If you're gonna have a woman in your movie and she's the main character, don't have her preach to anybody, and also don't have everybody just lose to her, or she just knows and can do everything. And if a character like that exists, and they need to have an arc where they have to prove themselves, like they must be redeemed, like that's the only way to tell a story about somebody who's so powerful that no one can beat them. They literally have to find redemption because they failed. Like that's if you can't do anything else, just make them fail and then have them have to regain everybody's trust. But I guess that requires too much thinking power. Anyway, long aside. All right. So I know that everybody knows about this Daniela Pineda girl who was cast as Faye Valentine for Cowboy Bebop. I saw the video. I'm pretty sure everybody saw it who's a fan of Cowboy Bebop. I wasn't really a fan, but it was on Adult Swim and it was a thing to watch. Everybody was talking about it, so I was watching it when it was on them. Not really a fan. I didn't really understand it, but I did like the music a lot. It's not really my cup of tea, Cowboy Bebop, but I mean, it's good. It's near perfection. What can you say? So they always have the same snark. Like they all have the same sense of humor. They all have the same like sarcasm that just doesn't work out for them. It just doesn't. Like Brie Larson and they have this like dry snark about them, like they're smirking every time they want to say something to you, and it's like, why are y'all just waiting to roast us like on the side, you know? Like, why can't you just be normal for a change? Just be normal, you know? But she was like, oh, you know, my like, you couldn't wear the short shorts because the parts of the costume were slurped up into my nether reach. It's like, what, like, what's going on in your body where things are being slurped into your nether regions, never to be seen or heard from again? Like, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds kind of hot. I digress. Anyway, just nobody was even calling her out on that she didn't, you know, look like the character and stuff, because she probably could pull it off, but it was the outfit. People were roasting the outfit, not you. If they were roasting you, you would have knew about it. But you focused on people talking about you for no reason at all while you're in a bathrobe on your couch, which is actually kind of baller when you think about it. It's like having a, you know, but then you do it all the wrong way, because you got your camera in landscape mode. No, it wasn't even in landscape. It was in portrait. So you're in portrait mode trying to talk down on somebody, and your bathrobe on the couch. And your snark, you know. Why not just be like, you know what? Hey, you know what? Look, this isn't gonna be what you think is gonna be, okay? But hey, we're working to make the show as best as we can. It might not be your cup of tea. It might, but just give us a shot. If she would have just said that, people are like, you know what? The outfit is ugly, but we understand where she's coming from. But no. These Hollywood types, they just can't let it go. They have to insult you, you know. They have to make you feel like you're the bad person for wanting to see something. Part of Faye Valentine's thing is that she was a manipulator. She used her feminine wiles and her boobies and her body to manipulate people to get them to do what she wanted. That's why she was a valuable asset to their team, because you can't beat up everybody. Like, some people, they're just gluttons for punishment. You can throw a bunch of punches at them. You can kick them in the jaw. You could break their finger, their femur. It doesn't matter. They're not going to tell you nothing. But if you give them a girl, which is how all these guys keep getting caught with Project Veritas, you know, you give them a cute girl and they will tell them the world. If a guy thinks he's going to get, like, he's going to get lucky, he's going to tell them anything. Anything. You want to know this man's bank account number? Just tell him that you're going to do that thing for him. Or, you know, whatever. Like I said, why does every Hollywood woman these days have to be snarky? They all talk the same way, and it's like sarcasm mixed with I don't know, Gilmore Girls, like, or something, because everybody talks like a Gilmore Girl. Everybody. It's like that show just did something to Hollywood. Like, it just shot a string of things, because every young girl character on any CW drama, they all talk like the Gilmore Girls, because that was the show that really pushed it. Like, nobody had ever heard a girl talk like this. Like, they had no snark, they had no nothing, they just talked, and then the camera would pan on them and it'd be like sad Naruto flute, and they just go on about their day. But I don't know, it's probably required reading. Maybe you gotta watch it to be in Hollywood or something. And look, I'm not a chauvinist or anything, and if I was, even if I told you I wasn't, well, what does it matter, you know, in the grand scheme of things? But look, I'm sure we, women included, want to see sexy babes be awesome. Why should we be demonized for it? I mean, you're seeing common America. You're seeing all the books. You're seeing they're making all this money. It's a book of straight up fan service with a good story and great art. I mean, everything in that Tim Lim, Mark Pellegrini world is literally that, you know, sexy women doing cool stuff that are nice to look at, you know. You can't really ask for more, but we're demonized for it. We're demonized for liking it. We're demonized for buying it. The comic book pros, they have unsexified all the women and all that stuff in the comic books, or they've made them so ridiculously overpowered that no person would like them anymore. There's no redeeming qualities to any of these people anymore. And I digress yet again. And look, you don't even have to like it to be demonized. Just ask the Star Wars fans and the Ghostbuster fans or the Terminator fans, and if you don't like their reimaginings, then you are the bigot, even though they started it. They should learn this one lesson, and they should learn it very, very well. Don't start none, there won't be none. And also, stop blaming the fans for failures. You can't hate the fans and then also expect them to come out and see you. The moral of the story is, we need enforcers to come out and get these crazy people back to Fort Couch where they belong. Just fire them. Your book ain't selling, get rid of them. Put them on some training wheel book that nobody cares about. Put them on a Namor book or something. No, I guess Namor has fans, so let them, you know, I guess Put him on a King the Conqueror. Look, I don't know, man. Like, if you ruin something for so long, then put him on something that nobody could possibly care about. Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl or something. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but what I do know is we need to gatekeep just like they gatekeep their own movies. And maybe we can actually return sales back to the mainstream comic industry. But that would require some hard work, and I don't think that they're ready for that. Anyway, see ya.